atrás, atrás.
This morning, thousands of people felt this earthquake. It occurred at 8:30 this morning, and like Karina mentioned, it was downgraded to a magnitude 3.8, and it was rather shallow. That's why a lot of folks felt this earthquake, not only in the East Bay, but much of the region felt the shaking at 8:30 this morning. Here's the epicenter, 580 around the curve for reference. Here's the exit to the Oakland Zoo. So that's where the epicenter of the earthquake happened. Just about a half hour later, we had two aftershocks, both happening at 9:07 this morning, ranging from a magnitude 2.8 to 3.0. So there's a little bit of light shaking occurring after the main quake at 8:30 this morning. And these quakes right on top of the Hayward fault line. And this fault line runs under hundreds of thousands of people. So when we do have these earthquakes that occur on the Hayward fault, you can bet a lot of people will feel this, not only in the East Bay, but across much of the region. In fact, you look at this shake map, and if you felt it, virtually every part of the Bay Area, you could see mostly the East Bay. Of course, that's where the epicenter was, but the city, the peninsula, the South Bay, the North Bay, everybody feeling this earthquake. And when we have these magnitudes right on the border of a 3 or a 4, they're minor to light. They're basically noticeable shaking, but we don't expect much in the way of damage. Just a reminder, Karina, that we do live in an area that gets these quakes from time to time.
Yeah, and Drew, as you mentioned and mapped it out for us, that earthquake was centered underground near the Oakland Zoo, and we've learned that some of the animals there did react to the shaking.
Yeah, ABC 7 Eyewitness News reporter Gloria Rodriguez joins us there live. Gloria, did anyone else in that area feel it?
Definitely a lot of people who live in this area have felt it. We've been chatting with people all morning long. And where we are right now is the Oakland Zoo. The earthquake's epicenter was right by here, and the animals here definitely felt it. And we have some video where you can't see them, but you can hear them reacting as it was happening. Take a listen. That is the sound of chimps and parrots doing what they call vocalizing during the earthquake. Vocalizing is when animals communicate messages such as warnings through sound. The Oakland Zoo is located directly on the Hayward Fault, and the CEO of the zoo tells me animals feel low frequency vibrations in ways that humans don't. He says the zoo did safety checks after the earthquake, including on its gondola system.
First thing is just making sure our staff are safe. You know, this happened before we opened, so life safety is critical. Then we go on and look at all of our facilities. Our buildings, our security has already swept all of our buildings to make sure there isn't any damage.
I was at my home just in Sheffield Village over here, and we felt like a pretty significant rattling. My dog was asleep on the couch, and she actually jumped across the room onto my lap and climbed onto my lap in the easy chair.
I was just getting ready for a work meeting because I'm on East Coast time, so I had an early meeting, and just everything started shaking, and I was like, wait, I jumped up and ran out, and I was like, was that an earthquake? They're like, yeah. And then my nephew, he's 2.5, he was like, that was a big one. So it was really cute.
And you just heard from two people I talked to who were near the epicenter during the earthquake and talked about what it was like. The main quake registered 3.8, and there were two noticeable aftershocks measuring 3.0 and 2.8. Thousands of people felt it all over the Bay Area, as far north as Santa Rosa and Sacramento, and as far south as Santa Cruz. So as far as the zoo, it is open. It's pretty much business as normal today. And a lot of people I've been talking to say, you know what, that's pretty much life in California. You feel earthquakes from time to time. Thankfully, these were small earthquakes, no damage that we've heard of. So that's the good news. Live in Oakland, Gloria Rodriguez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Let's bring in meteorologist Kelly Kern right now with more on the impacts that we're seeing from this earthquake.
Yeah, we're starting out with a look at the map here. And again, 7.4 earthquake happened at about 7:30 in the morning local time. Like he was saying, he was having his coffee. The typical time duration of shaking for an earthquake of this size is usually 20 to 50 seconds, but can last up to a minute. So as he was saying, at least 30 seconds. It could potentially be even longer. And there has been a 5.0 aftershock since that 7.4 happened. So a 7.0 earthquake, or 7 to 7.9, is considered a major earthquake. We're talking billions of dollars of damage, potential loss of life. We average about 15 to 18 of these worldwide each year. And the energy equivalent, it would be like 1 billion pounds of explosives. So that's exactly what tells you just how strong this was. And the strongest earthquake ever recorded, well, that was a 9.5 in Chile in 1960. Now, the strongest earthquakes we've had so far this year, well, in the Philippines on June 7th, we had a 7.8. Venezuela, just this past June, that was at 7.5. There was actually two of them, 7.2 and 7.5. Tonga had a 7.5, and we've had, now including Colombia, 3 7.4s, including in Indonesia and Japan. Both of those were in April, and a 7.3 in Mexico. That was just this past July.
Terremoto. Terremoto que todavía dura, ¿eh? Terremoto que todavía dura. Todavía dura. No para el terremoto, ¿eh? Todavía dura, ¿eh? ¿Está bien? Vamos adelante. Mira lo de arriba, cómo está la pared.
Dios, ya ves, se ha caído medio.